violations. So all of this gun violence can't all be excused for mental health.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that question. Here in the city of Norfolk, a couple years back, we started looking at guns differently. We started doing investigations on the gun itself. Before, when a gun was fired, we pick up cases and we go on with the investigation. But now we go back and backtrack that gun, see where that gun originated from. There's three things that you can do to reduce gun violence. And if you alter any of these three things, you will reduce gun violence. One of them is the suspect, one of them is the victim, and one of them is the opportunity. As victims, if we become more self-aware, pay attention to our surroundings, lock our vehicles. If your gun gets stolen, you need to report it stolen, so we can enter that in the system, so when we stop somebody with a gun, we can take the appropriate action. Not buying guns for people that are not supposed to have guns. And that's what we can do as a society. The opportunity is becoming more aware and holding your legislators and your stakeholders accountable for creating a law. We have people that lose guns all the time and never report stolen. And that's what we're doing here, making sure at your level, if you go to school and you hear that a kid has a gun, tell a teacher. The power of social media is super important, but if you see some negative information being put out, don't share it. Tell the teacher so we can get on top of that. If you're upset with someone, do not make a threat in social media or to them, because we take that stuff pretty serious. So that's one thing we're doing. We're definitely realigning our forces. We're going to have more people out now that the summer's coming on our evening hours, so we can have more officers on the street. And like I said, gun violence is especially important to us. We follow up on that. You can tell us that something was stolen out of your car, but the moment you say it's a gun, we're going to come out, investigate it, and make sure we enter that information into the system so we can take the illegal guns off the street. And like I said, from your standpoint, I think you know a lot. Kids share a lot of information, so if you hear that some kid brought a weapon to school, pass that information on to a teacher immediately. Kids are the ones that can stop some of these school shootings because they know about it before we do. So that's what I got to say when it comes to that.
Okay, so here's where education comes into play. The United States of America, which is a country I love and you love too, mainly because we are a country of laws and rules. And you guys are learning that in school today. And some of the laws and rules that we have allow certain people to have weapons. And the only way to change that is to get involved and vote. And not only get involved and vote, get involved in the governmental processes. Because you guys have some of the new, fresh ideas, and you are the future of our country. So those things that are bothering you today, study hard in school, get your education, get involved in government, and vote to change those laws and rules that will make our community and our state and our city safer.
What he's saying is accurate, but although you cannot vote, like I said, if you see someone with a gun, report it to your teacher. But to that question, what are we going to do about the gun violence and try to help awareness for people who have mental disabilities who have guns? Well, from the incident that happened in Texas, in my opinion, as a third, as an adult and a concerned citizen of Norfolk, I feel like all the schools in Norfolk should have gun detectors. I feel like it should be more security in the schools, but it was in Texas for those 20 children and 3 teachers to lose their life. It can be just as easy for one of these young children to lose their life. So I feel that every adult here, every police officer here, every city council member, the mayor, we all need to come together and figure out how we're going to keep these children safe while they're at school. Because we can sit here and talk to them and try to give them advice to how to keep themselves and each other safe, but if we do not enforce it and make sure they're safe, then how are they going to be safe? Because we have to make sure they're safe. Yes, if somebody has an illegal gun, they need to report it. They know somebody who's got a gun on the street. That's all information. The 3 rules you gave is accurate information. But we need to in place things to make sure It is too easy for people to be able to access to a school because there is not enough security, there is not enough proper training, and we need to educate the school system, teachers, principals, volunteers, even kids about the safety of the schools because it's affecting worldwide, and we need to do our part as citizens of Oakland to make sure these children are safe. And gun violence is the main result of children losing their lives, so we need to make sure we get on top of that before we get on the news next for some innocent child losing their life because of someone with a mental illness or just someone who just have a hatred problem. That's it. Thank you.
All right, let's panel of elected officials